All right. What's up, everybody? Welcome, welcome. Thanks so much to everybody for joining us today here on Model Monday Live, the one live stream during the week where you get to be a part of the action. I pointed too fast. Screw up this whole thing. We got to start all over again. I hope everybody had a good weekend. I had a great weekend. I got to go camping this weekend, so I was very happy. It was raining, but we were all good. We set ourselves up with a nice, wait, hold on. Aaron's saying we sound a little quiet. Hold on a second. What's going on here? Maybe I'm just not close enough to the mic. Here we go. Check, check, check. How's that? How's that, buddy? Is that better? A little quiet dog. Unless you were just talking about something else, like you have a little quiet dog or something. Zal says, this sounds okay. All right. Thanks, Zal. Much better. Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you, Aaron C. Appreciate it. Make sure the mic is correct. Wait, hold on. Okay, yeah, it's the correct mic. At least we know we're using the right mic. It's always like bad when you get done with a live stream and then you watch it, the recording, and you realize like, oh, I have this really nice microphone and I was using the webcam mic the whole time. So it's good that we're at least using the right mic. Yeah, it was a good weekend. Too short. I saw Zal said weekends are too short. Yeah. Yes, weekend is too short, but it was a good one, and we got to go camping. That's always good. Got to be outside. It was raining. We had some kids with us, and none of them were complaining. It was a scouting event, and so there were a lot of kids there, a lot of younger kids there, and none of them were complaining about the rain. They were having so much fun running around. Nobody was complaining about their feet being too cold or too wet, and so that absolutely made the weekend. So, yeah, it was a great weekend. Love those opportunities to be outside. Love those opportunities to camp, get away from the computer for a little bit. And, we should all be looking out for those opportunities when we can, because they are precious. So, thank you. Thank you. Aaron C says Scouts should have a CAD badge. I completely agree. 3D CAD badge. Absolutely agree. They do have some types of badges that are sort of in that realm, but I don't think they have an official 3D CAD badge. But I think we can make that happen. We could spearhead that with the TooTallToby crew. Or maybe not. It's okay. Keep hobbies separate. That's good too. All right. What's up, everybody? Let's make sure we say hi to everybody. Chris Knudsen was first one in here saying hello. Hello, Chris. Great to see you, old friend. Zal is here. Rich Penn, looking forward to another fun-filled hour of those special Toby features. Yes, indeed. Victor K is here. Aaron C is here. Train driver Rob is here. What's up? At work again today. Riding the train. Broadcasting the live stream to all the passengers. That's what we like. We're going to be converting new passengers during their transport. That's what we need to do. And Bob Phelps is here. Says hello from Iowa. Hello, Bob. Good to see you in here again. Thanks for joining us. And VVV is here. Phosphor is here. Welcome, welcome. Dom Linder is here. And Aaron C is here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, one and all. Let's get into it here with this episode of Model Monday Live 3D CAD modeling practice for everyone. Today is Monday, May 6th, and today we are going to see 2 CAD challenges for the chat. Jason O is here. What's up, Jason? Welcome, welcome. 2 CAD challenges for the chat. Zal says, don't forget Toby is here too. That's true, yes. I am definitely here. I'm definitely alive. It is a live broadcast, live stream. And we're going to do a live solve using Onshape. I'm loving Onshape these days. And we're going to hang out with the best chat ever. So that's all you guys. So welcome. Welcome to the best chat ever. Always good to have you here during these live streams. I'm going to do this one today using Onshape. I'm going to be honest. I haven't practiced this one. So this is going to be a little bit of an off the cuff. I mean, I built it originally, but that was like 2 or 3 weeks ago. So I haven't practiced it. So it's going to be a little bit of an off the cuff live stream. We did this last week, live solve. We did this last week with an off the cuff live solve. It went a little bit off the rails, but I feel like we pulled it back at the end. And of course, we did get the correct answer. And at the end of the day, that's what really matters. So I will solve this one for all of you in the second half of the show. And of course, if you ever have suggestions or requests, put them in the comments. I usually go based on what's in the comments. People are asking, how would you build this one? And so that's kind of what I use to justify the live solve. And then usually that goes out as its own standalone video. Little bit of behind the scenes magic there for everybody. All right, let's get into it with today's CAD speed modeling challenges for all of you. I'm going to show you a 2D print, and you are going to try and turn that into a 3D model. You are going to try and calculate the mass, and you're going to try and enter that mass directly into the YouTube chat. Where else can you go to find this level of interaction in the world of competitive 3D CAD speed modeling? The answer is nowhere. There's nowhere else you could go. This is the only place. Basic rules are that I'm going to let you use any CAD package. You can, as long as you can input the density and output the mass, you can use any 3D CAD package. Make sure you use the specified precision in the answer. If any of the challenges are in inches, make sure you use the correct specified precision. And the first person to answer correctly in the chat wins. If you answer and you realize it's the wrong answer, it's no problem. Just answer again. You can answer as many times as you want. The first correct answer in the chat will be declared the winner. That person will earn 1 point and will make it onto the May Model Monday Live leaderboard. They'll be the first person on that leaderboard for May. And the materials that we use during these challenges are shown here: plain carbon steel, 1060 aluminum, and ABS. And if you don't have these material densities in your library, take a moment and make sure you add them. Maybe make some custom materials for your library. The units are going to be inches or millimeters, pounds or grams. So if you don't have these materials, if you're here for the first time, listen, if you're here for the first time, let everybody know. Go into the chat and say, hey, what's up, everybody? I'm here for the first time. It's a real treat to be here. It's a really unique experience, and we'll make sure that we guide you along the way. But if you haven't been here before, let us know and make sure that you have the correct material densities. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to calculate the correct mass of these parts. Ace is here in the chat. What's up? What's up? Welcome, welcome. Thanks for joining. Just in time. Yes, indeed. You are right on time. Happy Easter to Ex Machina. Okay, nice. Very directed comment there. Everyone say hi to my coworker Sawyer, who is watching but is totally lurking and deciding whether or not to compete. What's up, Sawyer? Welcome, welcome. This is your chance to compete. It is low stakes. Chris Autumn is here. What's up, Chris? Welcome. Says, sup. What's up, yo? All right, this is meant to be fun and good-spirited, and I will make mistakes. Usually what that means is I'll miss a dimension or I'll have the wrong material or something like that. If that happens, we will definitely make an audible and resolve those mistakes as quick as we can. And the Ivan exploit is permitted. And there's Ex Machina in the chat responding to Ace. What a kind gesture. That's really nice. Thank you, Ace. You guys are the best. All right, let's do this. This first CAD challenge for all of you begins in 3, 2, 1, go. What is the mass of this part in XXXX grams? The tolerance is plus or minus 3 grams. And you can see this part is called stepped pin. It's in millimeters. This is like right on the line between a tier 3 and a tier 4 level of complexity. Right on that line, right in that sweet spot between tier 3 and tier 4. But I decided to round down because it's in millimeters. And that automatically makes it less complex. It's just one of those things. Over here in the States, we like to make things more complex. We try to, instead of breaking things up into groups of 10, we break them up into groups of 16s or 32s or 64s. It just makes it so we can charge more because it takes us more hours to get the job done. So this one is in millimeters, which means that we got it pushed down between tier 4 and tier 3. We pushed it down to a tier 3 level of complexity. Everybody's trying to distract Ex Machina so that he cannot compete. Distract him with kindness so that you can get a jump on him in this competition. What is the mass of this part in XXXX grams? This is your chance to compete live against other CAD experts from around the world. Good luck to everyone on this challenge. I hope you had enough time. I just took a sip of my coffee. Now I'm going to proceed with today's live stream. So good luck to everyone. It's kind of a cool part. I like this part. Stepped face. It's got a planar face there in the middle. This 18 here on this view is calling out the depth to that slot. You guys probably could figure that out, but just in case you couldn't figure that out, there's a little bonus info for you. That 18 is calling out the offset from center to the depth of that pocket. So good luck. It's a fun part. You guys will have fun with this. It's kind of a cool model, fun part. Guys, don't forget to support the channel. We've been doing the channel for a long time, but we gotta keep it alive. And the only way we're gonna keep it alive is financially. It's the only way we can pay for the servers and pay for the talent and keep the channel going. So support the channel. Like and subscribe is the easiest way to support the channel. Share and reshare. Another good way to support the channel. Take a screen capture and send that screen capture out to someone. Anyone. Put it out on your social media or send it directly via email or print it out and just hand it to somebody on the street. Hand it to your mailman. Say, here, watch this channel. But share and reshare, a great way to grow the channel. And here's a challenge for you. I don't know if anybody in the chat has done this today, but tell one coworker about this channel. If there's anybody in the chat who has done this today, let me know. Tell one coworker about this channel. Just go walk up to them while they're working on their bar graph, whatever that guy's working on, and say, hey, did you hear about TooTallToby.com? Have you heard about Model Monday Live? Let them know that this is the place to be on Mondays at 1 o'clock East Coast. This is the only place you can be to compete live against some of the other CAD experts around the world. Tell one coworker about the channel. That's your big challenge for the day. And that could be your challenge every day. Tell one coworker every day. And of course, like I said before, the way we keep the doors open and pay for the servers is through financial means, and one of those means is through support from you, the viewers. So you can use the super chat down at the bottom of the chat window. There's an option for super chat. You can also use super thanks, or if you're watching the recording, or the preferred method for us, TooTallToby.com/donate. You can go to the donate page. You could donate one time. You could even set up a monthly, like a subscription, a monthly recurring donation. I work from home, but my wife and kids are sick about hearing about TooTallToby. Hey, look, that works, Chris. That qualifies. If you work from home, tell your wife, tell your kids, or just maybe go to your neighbor's house or something like that. Or maybe paint TooTallToby.com on the side of your house so your neighbor can always see it. TooTallToby.com/donate, even better. You know, lots of different ways you can spread the word. And of course, let's get into our news from the week. We got a lot of news that has happened this week. You guys are going to like some of this stuff. First of all, Onshape tutorial dropped last week. 77 minutes and 33 seconds. 77 minutes and 33 seconds. And this tutorial is awesome, if I do say so myself. YouTube.com/OnShapeInc is the website if you want to see the tutorial. The link is down below in the description. 77 minutes and 33 seconds is the total duration of that tutorial, and it includes a PDF guidebook. So it's basically like free training. If you were ever interested in learning Onshape and learning how to create models and how to put those models together in an assembly and create motion, this is your ticket. Get started, learn some shortcut keys, go through the part studios, do layout sketches, do multi-part design, do assemblies, do make connectors, and then learn about motion. So check it out. It's a really cool tutorial. Even if you're not using Onshape yet, maybe you could watch it and go down into the comments and let them know what you thought about the tutorial. Always good to have lots of good feedback in the comments on those types of videos. So check it out. It is on the Onshape channel, and it was a real pleasure creating that tutorial. And I dropped this into the Onshape Discord earlier today. I tagged Airwick in the post, but if there's any SolidWorks users who are converting over to Onshape or who have already converted to Onshape, or who, especially if you bounce back and forth, you'll appreciate this screenshot. Switching really adding my default Onshape shortcut for Normal 2 into SolidWorks, so that whenever I start a new sketch, I press N and get Normal 2, because that's how you do it in Onshape, and you kind of start developing muscle memory. And so it's good to kind of sync up some of those things if you're bouncing back and forth a lot. Little inside joke there. All right, let's move on. World Championship 2024 is coming, is inbound. Officially, it will take place on Friday, October 18th. So mark your calendars. The World Championship of 3D CAD speed modeling is going to be a 16-person tournament. I think the 16-person tournaments, I can't remember if they run for 11 weeks or for 7 weeks. I think they run for 7 weeks. Maybe if Bodie McBoatpants or if Vicky are in the chat, they can let me know if it runs for 7 weeks or for 11 weeks. Either way, we're probably going to have a week in the middle there somewhere for a little bit of a break, boost break. So Friday, October 18th, mark your calendars. That is when the World Championship will be. The spring one was 7. Okay, Ex Machina, thank you. Yeah, it's going to follow basically the same format as the spring one. I like that nice, like, tight, compressed timeline. So that's how we're going to do it again. 8 weeks, 1 week break before the finale. Okay, perfect. Thank you, Vicky. Appreciate that. Train driver Rob, great tutorial, massive effort put into it. Yes, it is true. There was a lot of effort put into that Onshape tutorial, but I'm super, super proud of how it came out. You know, the effort was absolutely worth it as far as I'm concerned. It's something I would watch. It's something that, I just, like I said, I'm just really proud of it. It was a lot of work going into it, but I'm really happy with how it turned out. I think it's going to help a lot of people just kind of understand a different, if it's a different CAD system or if they're just getting started with Onshape, it's going to really help you understand, how to put together an assembly, and then, you can just kind of work out from there. So check it out. It's a good time. So mark your calendars. The World Championship is coming. I know October sounds like it's a long way away, but, between the promotion and the qualification, qualifications are going to start pretty soon for this. We'll be there before you know it. So Friday, October 18th, the World Championship is inbound. The April leaderboard concluded with the board, B-A-O-R-D. The April leaderboard concluded with a pretty epic series of showdowns between Buford and QWERTY and Scott Makes a Thing. Scott Makes a Thing is using Rhino, so if you haven't seen Rhino in a long time, or if you haven't ever seen it, you can check out Scott Makes a Thing's video doing that speed run in Rhino. And then Buford is using Fusion 360 and absolutely crushing with Fusion 360. And then QWERTY, like, just every time Buford put up a time, QWERTY jumped in there and put in a faster time. And the thing that part of what made this so exciting this month for this leaderboard challenge is QWERTY is running at unprecedented speed, so much so that it almost looks like he's like time-lapsing or running macros or something like that. And so I reached out to him and I asked him about it. Like, look how fast he's moving through this geometry and how fast he's modeling this part. I think he does his first part. I mean, it's definitely under a minute. I think it's around 45 seconds. And this isn't even his fastest run, but I mean, he is just flying through this, and it almost looks like it's running at, like at a time-lapse speed, like I said. And so I just reached out to him and just said, hey, just so you know, not accusing anybody of cheating or anything, but just so you know, this is looking pretty fast. Is there, you're not supposed to time-lapse it. And he's like, yeah, it's no problem. Like, here's a video of me doing it from my phone, looking over my shoulder, like a keyboard cam type video. So if you go into his YouTube channel here, this VM YouTube channel here, you'll see that he posted a different video where it's just like him over the shoulder looking at just doing one of the parts. Like, here's the kind of like a keyboard cam. He called it a keyboard cam. It's really like an over the shoulder of him. And you can see he's got like the high-end mechanical keyboard and the high-end computer here with the transparent shield on the side. And it's the same thing. He does his model in like 45 seconds, and it's just straight up efficiency of motion and very clever use of keyboard shortcuts. And like every time he bangs on a dimension, it's just like, like it's so cool to watch. And he's got the real clacky mechanical keyboard, so you can watch his run with that mechanical keyboard too. So it's a super impressive use of keyboard efficiency, mouse efficiency, you know, movement efficiency, just all around really, really good use. Great use of window select, makes it so you don't have to be precise with mouse clicks. Yep, exactly. So here you can see there's that same run in 45 seconds, and it's just like, I don't know, you know, this is totally where we all nerd out. Like I love seeing all that stuff. I love pouring in dimensions on my mechanical keyboard. Yeah, exactly. Like this is exactly how, you know, what gets us excited in this world of competitive 3D CAD. So check it out. Check out how that leaderboard ended up. There's still a couple of videos here I need to approve. I kind of wanted to leave them on there so you guys could see the story of how this kind of went back and forth. Like it just kept, you know, they just kept going at it, trying to get faster and faster against each other. And that's really the point of the leaderboard challenge. So check it out. Check out the April leaderboard. Shout out to Bodie McBoatpants. He's got everything combined here into one nice page. So you can always go back and look at the history of our speed runs. If you ever wanted to go back and watch Juiced, like Juiced did 3 models here in under 2.5 minutes. Back in June 2023 when Juiced was crushing on the leaderboards. So if you ever wanted to go back and see those earlier ones, and then you could click here and you can actually see the old videos. You can't compete, but you can see the old drawings. You can't compete, but you can go through and you could do those old drawings yourself just to kind of see how fast you are compared to some of these other runners. And then if you do want to compete, well, the May leaderboard is up and running. Here's the 3 models for May. This 183 grams, 9.18, 5.38. And then there's a video that I posted here, Nikola Tesla. That's my video where you can see how I went through and how I ran those 3 models. And then Jed got in here, Walrus Gumboot got in here, and he one-upped me, did it faster than me. So good job to Walrus Gumboot. So check it out. The leaderboard page has been updated for May. You can see my speed run. You can take a look at the rules video. You can do the challenge yourself. It's all ready to rock for you, and I'm excited to go through and see some of these other videos. Youssef entered from Morocco. I'm excited to see that one, and I'm excited to see the Walrus Gumboot video. And I'll go through and approve these other ones from last month. I think I'm just going to leave these up here just because it was so exciting at the end. So if you ever want to watch and see those little tiny improvements, like Buford here got from 347 to 346 using Fusion. What did he do differently to get that 1 second off of that very first model? To get that first model down to 44 seconds. You know, you can see here QWERTY CA got from 354 down to 343. So, I mean, they are really neck and neck here on these times. And then Scott using Rhino. If you haven't seen Rhino in a while, it's just always cool to see these different CAD systems, I think. So the leaderboard app is up and running and cooking, I'd say. Rhino looks so weird, I think. It's even got a command line up top here. So cool to see these different CAD systems. So check it out. The leaderboard up and running, cooking. Huge shout out to Bodie McBoatpants for making sure that everything is running smoothly on there. And then continuing with our discussion of TooTallToby news and improvements to the websites, the Practice Models app. The Practice Models app has also been revamped. I was thinking revamped. So first of all, when you look at the community scoreboard, the country flags are there. Now keep in mind, the community scoreboard is essentially a random scoreboard. So if you go here to TooTallToby.com and then up at the top, you click Practice Models to get into the Practice Models app. There's a community scoreboard here, but this doesn't have anything to do with your time. It actually has to do with an internal ID that's assigned to the user. So you might notice that Extra Crispy always seems to be at the top of the scoreboard, but it's just because of where his user ID is in the database. So it doesn't have anything to do with like when you finished or how fast your times are or anything like that. It's not completely random, but it often does appear random, and it's not like Partar was up there for a little while because he got to 39 first, and then it's not like Extra Crispy knocked him out of the rank. So this community scoreboard is really just a completionist scoreboard. It's not not anything beyond that. But look at all these people who did all 39 models. That is so cool. So all these people here did all 39 models. Very impressive. Lots of different CAD systems and lots of different countries. We didn't have those countries in there last week. That's a new enhancement to the Practice Models app. So pretty cool to see how people from all over the world are enjoying the TooTallToby apps at TooTallToby.com. And then the other big enhancement to the Practice Models app is the analytics that have been added. So whenever you click into a new challenge, you're going to see the analytics that tell you what the completionist status is of the print. So when we click in here to this one, TooTallToby's 240105 chamber practice model, we don't really know what the model is going to look like yet, but we do know that 284 people have completed this model. 153 have not completed this model, and so you can see here the completion chart indicating the completion ratio. And then we also see, and that's 284, that 284 practice modelers. That just means anybody who's done one practice model. It's not all the people on the website, but it's all the people who have done at least one practice model. And then when you're done with a model, when you complete a model, so let's take a look at this one here, the very first one. When you complete a model, what you're going to see down here at the bottom is you're going to see the person who did it the fastest. So I don't know who this is, CSWE Victor. I'm not sure who that is. But you'll see the person who did that model the fastest, and then you'll see a bell curve here. So most people who did this model did it here in this range of the bell curve. So if you imagine like a scatter chart down here at the bottom, there's like one person who did it, super fast. There's one person who did it kind of fast. There's one person who did, it's this green dotted line here is the 5th percentile. So that's like everything to the side of this is the top 5%, and then everything to the side of this is the slower 5%, and then everything in the middle here you can see would be like kind of the average, with the majority of the people completing it here in the middle at this average time. Victor K says, some guy. I don't know who it is, some guy. But yeah, you can see here the average time, your time, and the fastest time. Now, keep in mind, these are, this whole system is not, I'll call it cheat proof, if you will. The whole practice model system was designed to be something for you all to do on your own time, to practice, practice against the clock, but to kind of practice by yourself against the clock. It was never really meant to be like a group activity and a group leaderboard. So, if you want to go and do it on your, if you want to quote unquote cheat, the best thing you can, it's not really cheating, but like if you do it on your own and you wanted to, do it offline and then come back and then enter your answer, that's fine. Just do it like at a very short time, like 1 second, 2 seconds, because all those super short times that are not realistic, we're purging all of them. So, if you're doing it for real, if you're doing it the quote unquote the right way, what that means is you would log into the Practice Models app, you'd click here to practice, you would click here to begin, and then you would reveal the drawing. And when you reveal the drawing, you're going to see the drawing for the very first time, and you're going to start modeling it. And then when you're done, you're going to enter your answer. And that's really like the best way to use this app. But some people have figured out ways around it. Like, I don't have to tell you what those ways are, but there's ways around it where you could get access to the drawing ahead of time, and then you could come back into this app, after you've already modeled it, and you could enter an answer in like 5 seconds or like 1 second, So that's, so like here, DG in the chat says, my first completion, I couldn't finish the one in one sitting. I realized the timer starts over when I open the challenge again. So my completion time for that one is in seconds. Exactly. That's no problem, DG. Like, that's going to happen. Or maybe you get interrupted. Maybe you can't finish the drawing, or maybe that's, you're just not interested in competing against the clock. You just want to practice it yourself. These are all totally valid scenarios, and it's not, I don't consider anybody cheating if they're doing that. But if you do happen to do that, just do me a favor and just put in your time in a really, really short period of time, and then that way that one will be purged. So, yeah, so it's all good, DG. Thank you for that comment. That actually really helped with my explanation of this, so thank you. And that's the gist of how you should do these practice models, and then that way, you'll be able to see your time against the field, and eventually you'll be able to see your time against yourself. Like over time, you'll be able to see how that, hopefully that slope will be going, down, actually. Yeah, this way. that slope will be going down so that you'll be able to see that you're actually, getting better and better over time. So that's the Practice Models app. That's really meant to be for you. There's 3 avenues you can go down here on the TooTallToby homepage. Free practice, that's for you. That's like your chance to practice against yourself. There's the speed modeling leaderboard. That's you on your own, but seeing how fast how efficient you can really get, like how that VT channel was able to use that mechanical keyboard and keystrokes to get super fast. And then there's a live competition like we're doing today, where it's like really high pressure and you're actually competing against other CAD users, or in the case of the tournament, same thing, you're competing against other CAD users. So different avenues you can go down at different times of your life, depending on what you're the most interested in, or maybe go down all 3 avenues, really show. Ex Machina, this is really cool about adding those stats. Yeah, thank you so much. And huge thank you to Bodie McBoatpants. If you see him in Discord, if you see him in the chat, huge shout out to Bodie. He spent a lot of time working on those analytics plots and getting them to all work. And we're continuing to elaborate and improve on them. But he really, really did the lion's share of the work on that one. So huge shout out to Bodie McBoatpants, web dev extraordinaire. Really, really good job. All right, and the only other news is we're continuing to release videos and tips. It's been a little bit heavy on practice models because I've been tied up on some other projects, but we'll have some other tips and tricks videos coming out as well. And of course, the shorts. Guys, if you guys have been enjoying the shorts, put a 1 in the chat. Seems like everybody's really enjoying the shorts. New short every day since January 17th. We're on video number 111. That's the shorts that we released yesterday. Nice. Everybody likes the shorts. Awesome. What's up, Matt? What's up, Paul Ria? Great to see you in here. Rock Crawler is here today. What is up? Great to see you here. All right. Don't forget, there is a TooTallToby Discord server, link down in the description. And with the Practice Models update, there's a built-in clock, tiered level difficulty, leaderboard, track your progress, and mobile friendly. Sure. We talked last week about a scenario that is very mobile friendly if you don't have 2 monitors. Use a tablet. Bring up the practice model on the tablet and then do the modeling on your screen and then use the tablet to enter your answer. There you go. Boom. Mobile friendly. I'll put up some new models later today for everyone, so we will cross over that 40 model mark. So be on the lookout. And don't forget, if you don't have a free account, sign up for a free account so you can access all these great apps at TooTallToby.com. All right, that's it for now. Don't forget to support the channel, like and subscribe. I don't know how many people liked so far today, and I don't know how many people are here, but let's get that ratio to be 1-to-1. We always like when the like ratio and the viewer ratio, live viewer ratio, is 1-to-1. And here we go with this first answer. This was a pretty fun part. I liked this part. I liked building it. I liked validating it. So I hope you guys had fun with this one too. First answer, I believe, came in from Aaron C. I thought I saw it come in when we were... Let's see here. Aaron C, Mass 2981. Not feeling good about that one. Victor K, 23981. No, 2981. And then Aaron C says, okay, feeling better about it now. Victor K says, I'm still waking up. Nice. All right, Ace coming in 3400. Oh, see, Victor and Aaron C might be celebrating prematurely here. We're seeing some variance here in these answers. Ace coming in 3400. Dom Linder 3010. Ace 3116. Phosphor 2981. Very nice. Paul Ria 2981. DG 3265. I like seeing all this variance. Vicky's telling us the first live stream for the tournament is going to be in August. All right, awesome. Thank you. Sniper Blaze 3094. Sniper Blaze revising 2959. And Kendian is here from Turkey. Nice. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. Ace. I was wrong. Mass is 2981. Matt 2981. Chris Autumn 2930 or 2931. I like that. Chris Autumn revising 2935. You can revise as many times as you want here in Model Monday Live. Zhao coming in 3290, a little heavy compared to the others. Looking for my mistake. Guys, the correct answer is 2981. Oh, yeah. So GG to Aaron C. GG to Aaron C. And of course, GG to everyone who competed, even if you didn't get the correct answer, and even if you didn't necessarily finish yet. This is tough competition. These are tough models. And so GG to Aaron C for coming in with that first time. Well done, my friend. All right, GG to everyone, especially Sniper Plays. Nice. All right, is that Sawyer? Nice job, Sniper Plays. GG. I'll give Sniper Plays a GG also. GG Sniper Plays. Please. There you go. All right, guys, next challenge. Let's keep this train moving forward. Next challenge. This is going to be a little tougher one. This is one that comes from, I'll tell you in a second. Here we go. This next challenge begins in 3, 2, 1, go. What is the mass of this part in XXXX grams? Tolerance is plus or minus 1 gram. This one is derived from a model we had in the tournament, the SPO tournament. Although I couldn't find a record of it. I don't know if this one ever actually showed. I feel like I remember people modeling it, but when I searched my records for it, I couldn't find a record of it. So good luck to everybody. This one comes from the last tournament we had, SPO, but it is a little bit different. Not the exact same model. Some differences on this one. What is the mass of this part in XXXX grams? Man, Rich Penn, the only Toby feature that we saw today was that planar face. We didn't have any more magenta notes on these two prints. Sorry, bro. I know you like seeing those Toby features. This is MMGS 1060 aluminum for the material, 2,700 kilograms per cubic meter. Tier 6. Wow. Looks like a simple part. This doesn't look like it should be a tier 6. I guess there are a lot of features, though. Of course, the formula for complexity is proprietary. We never release what the actual formula is, but it certainly factors in the minimum number of features you would need to use to construct this thing. That's part of it. There's also some other things that factor in that are a little bit more of the secret sauce as to what dictates our complexity tier level. But this model is a tier 6. A day isn't complete until you have had your Toby feature. Yes, I think that was Abraham Lincoln who said that originally. Famous quote. So that is nice. A day isn't complete until you have had your Toby feature. All right. Guys, I hope you are enjoying these challenges on this beautiful Monday, May 6th. I'm going to have one more sip of my coffee and try and get myself ready for this Onshape live solve. I don't see Airwick in the chat, so I feel a little bit less nervous. Hate to go, but students call. Thanks for hosting. Happy Easter Ex Machina. Bye all. Bye, Chris. Thanks for joining us. Great to see you in here. All right, guys. Welcome to this live solve using Onshape to do some 3D modeling. And the model that we are going to attempt to create looks a little something like this. Latch Hinge. So this is a model that we showed a couple of weeks ago on Model Monday Live. We also did a practice model of it. There were a few people in the comments who were asking how you would create this model. And I think the trick to this model, as always, I mean, you've heard me say this before, but it bears repeating, is examining the 2D print and starting to kind of unbuild the model in your brain into different features. So I'd say this rear section of the model is pretty straightforward. You got a circular boss here that's going to go out in these two directions. You got this kind of bridging feature here that's going to go out in two directions from the center line. And you've got this pocket here, which is also just a cut, you know, coming out from the center line, or you know, however you end up creating that. But a cut there, again, kind of coming out from the center line. Now, how do we know these things are coming out from the center line? Just from this note here, center line symmetric. So whenever you have that center line symmetric, odds are that your origin is going to be somewhere along this line. And then we also see that there's a pretty busy area here along this center line. There's a lot of shapes that could maybe be revolved about that center line. So that tells me that the origin is probably going to be right here. So figuring out where your origin is going to be a great challenge before you start any 3D model when working from a 2D print. And so then the next area of this model that we kind of have to break down is what's going on in this area. And I think that this shape here, there's like a lower ledge there and then this lower shape down here, that could either be done as extrusions or done as revolves. I think this shape here being conical, so you see this node here, conical surface, that's definitely going to need to be done as a revolve. I think that's going to be very important to get that one done as a revolve. And then you've got this 85 at widest point, and that kind of further indicates that this geometry should be sketched as a revolve. So, you know, whether you do these shapes here as extrusions or do these shapes over here as a revolve, it doesn't really matter. The thing that's important is that this cone shape here is almost certainly going to be sketched as a revolve cut. So we're going to create all that solid geometry, and then we're going to create the revolve cut. And I think that's the other part of this challenge that is a little bit difficult for newer users, is just recognizing that the order in which you create the features is really going to have an impact on the final results. And so you really need to have this circular boss created here running across, the circular boss created here running across, and then you're going to be able to do your cut revolve. So make sure you get that circular boss there in place first, and then go through and do your cut revolve to get that conical surface. So now that we have established a basic game plan, let's use our snipping tool here, and we're going to grab a copy of this 2D print, and we'll move that over onto our second screen. And now we're going to attempt to create this using Onshape. So I'm going to say create a new document. I'm going to call this 24-04-16-latch base. Or latch hinge, excuse me. So if you have Onshape, this is in the public documents space. You can just search for this document, and then you'd be able to look at, you know, the model, look at the history sheet, make a copy of it into your document so that you can use it, you can work with it also. So I think I'll start out here on the front plane, and I'm just going to create almost like an L shape that's going to get revolved. So this is certainly one way to do it. You know, you could always, when you're working in 3D CAD, you could always go and create a layout of all the geometry and then use that layout later. And that's usually a solid plan as well. And that typically works pretty well. In this case, I'm just deciding to do it as one feature at a time. I guess you could call it like discrete features instead of doing a layout and including everything all together. And honestly, I've been doing a lot more with layout geometry. And so I would be tempted to do it that way, but I just kind of want to keep this a little bit simple in case it's a newer user. If you are a newer user, keep your sketches simple. Don't try to overcomplicate them. Don't try to put too much in. You can learn more about that a little later, but get the fundamentals down, especially when it comes to like relationships in your sketches. And then you can move on to layout sketches with all the features in one sketch is kind of like an advanced technique. So I'm going to start out with that kind of fundamental shape there on the front plane, and then I'm going to go to the right plane. So right plane, I'm going to create a new sketch here on the right plane, and I'll create that upper region. Looks like that upper region is right here on this edge, kind of right at the center of this edge, and it's got a diameter of 45. So we could drop that right here on this edge. We could do that as like a midpoint right on that edge. So Shift M was the shortcut key that I used there. And then we could take this geometry and we could extrude this. We're going to make this a mid-plane extrusion, so it'll be blind with the symmetric option, and that's going to go out to a depth of 160. So there's our second feature in that model. Now for our third feature in this model, we could create the kind of bridging section of this thing. So we're going to end up with a circle up here with a diameter of 44. We're going to end up with an arc coming off of that circle and coming down to kind of a tangency point down here. And that arc has a radius of 56. Nope. 56. And then we're going to create another arc here that's going to come down. Oh, no, this one's actually just a straight line. So a straight line is going to come down, come back, touch the end point, come around here with an arc at the bottom here of 40, and then we're going to come across with a horizontal line from there. And what I like to do in these scenarios is just kind of create some geometry that comes right over to the origin. So in other words, I would end up having this point and this point created coincident to one another. I would end up having this line here and this line here coincident or collinear. These two are going to be tangent, so I'm going to pick these two and press T after I pick those two. Pick this guy, T to make those tangent. And now it's just a matter of locking down the location of that center point. So the height to that center point here is going to be 90. There's going to be an angle out here on this line of 60. And then there's going to be a distance dimension from here over to this point of 125. And that should finish this. Did I miss? Maybe I missed a tangency relationship. I got the tangency there. Got the tangency there. Let's see. So if you can't figure out what's going on, try and grab a blue point. See if you can move it around a little. Okay, it looks like the thing that I'm missing here is the... What is it? Distance to tangency, maybe? Or no, oh, this isn't tangent. Okay. Pick those two tangent. There we go. That gets that locked in. And then this and this tangent, maybe. There we go. That gets that locked in. And this. These guys should be tangent already, right? This and this. All right, there we go. And that's kind of what I was talking about earlier, right? If you're struggling to add relationships in a sketch that's this simple, imagine how much more complicated it's going to be if you've got every single feature in the model sketched out. So keep your sketches simple when you can, and then consider like massive layout sketches, advanced technique that you can work towards. So now this is going to go out to a depth of let's see here, 20 millimeters, and that's going to again be symmetric. So that's basically like a mid-plane in Onshape. And then I'm going to show this sketch that I created earlier, and that way I can do another extrude, but this time I can pick that kind of internal region and bring that out to a depth of 40, and that one is going to be mid-plane, so again symmetric. And there we go. And then I could put a hole through here. So I'll pick this face. I'm going to go to the hole command in Onshape. This is going to be a hole with a diameter of 25. So simple hole here with a diameter of 25. And then I'm going to use this option, select mate connector, so I can select that center point of the mate connector, which mate connectors is a term we use in Onshape typically when we're in assemblies and we're mating components together, but it really just means like an inferenced location that exists on all edges and all faces. So like this edge here has a mate reference right at the center, this cylindrical edge, or this planar face, this cylindrical edge. And then the cylinder itself also has mate references. This face up here has multiple mate references, one at the end, one in the middle, one at this end. So every edge and every face in Onshape has a mate reference, just kind of like built in that you can select. So mate references, good quick way to locate holes in Onshape. And so then we've got our through hole on this face here as well. So we could once again do a hole command, and we could say this is going to be a simple hole with a diameter of 25. Oh, they were both 25. 25, and that's going to go to the location here at this mate reference. There we go, and that's going to be a through all. So that's those two holes. And then we could go to our... I mean, we could do this from the front plane. A lot of times I try to match the section view. So we've got that section AA on the drawing. So this way we can just kind of match up with that section view. So a line that comes over, a line that comes up, a line that comes up at an angle, a line that comes over, and then we'll close that thing off. And we can make that vertical. And this is going to be 85 at the peak. 85 at the peak. So we will... Sorry. Let's get here to get kind of a perimeter of this edge here. We're going to do that. We'll just do this using an intersection, I guess, for the perimeter of this edge. There's probably a more elegant way to do that, but I'm just going to do it with an intersection. And then we're going to take this guy and this guy, make them coincident, and that will give us the ability to create that 85 dimension. Now, this is radius, not diameter, so it'll be 85 over 2. So 85/2, and then we're going to do the diameter down here for this hole as 33 over 2. Or we could draw the center line like we did earlier to get those double dimensions. And then this is going to be at an angle of 55 over 2. 5 over 2 for that cut conical. And then we'll do a revolve. This is going to be a revolve using the remove option. And then the revolve axis will be this edge here. And there we go. We can see Onshape removing that material. Excellent, excellent. And then to finish this thing off, we just got to do this final pocket over here. So we'll pick this face, begin a sketch, and we're going to take this, this, and this, right? All three of those. And we're going to do an offset entities. And that's going to get offset to a distance of, that looks good, 12. And then we've got a line that comes up here and a line that comes over, like so. And those are going to get dimensioned. So we got a dimension here from kind of like the origin to this location at 40. And we've got a dimension here to 10. And then we'll just make this coincident. You don't have to tidy these up like this. Let's say this one here, I was in a rush, so I just left that hanging out on, over the edge. It's no problem. Onshape knows what you're going for there. So you see it grabbed the perimeter that we wanted. So we could say remove, and that's going to go through all. And then we just have to add a couple of fillets there. Radius 8, 3 places. So bring up that radius command there, 8. And that's going to be 1, 2, 3 places. And I think that does it for that model. I think the big lesson there in that model is just to remember to keep your sketches simple if you can. Even when you have a kind of a tricky looking shape, try to keep your sketches simple. That'll really help you out the most. And so we could do an edit appearance and make this look just like it does on the print. And then we could do an assign material, and we could say this is going to be out of 1060 aluminum. So from the TTT custom materials, TTT aluminum 1060, and then we could do a mass properties on this part, and we can see that the mass, the answer that we're coming up with here is 1416 grams. So let me put that in the chat, 1416 grams. And then if we go back to our presentation, let's see, did we get it correct? Oh yeah, we got it correct, baby. First try. That's what I'm talking about. So GG Toby, that's right. Yeah, exactly, Rich. You got it. GG Toby. So that's the live solve, Onshape live solve for that challenge, that latch hinge. I think that is a good one to remind you that even when the part looks a little complicated, if you break it down into simple features, simple sketches, you're going to find that it'll come together pretty quickly. Just go sketch by sketch and get those sketches fully defined, and then you should be in good shape. So with that, we are going to move on to the answer for your second challenge. But before we do, just a reminder to support the channel. We need your support. We appreciate your support. Like and subscribe, share and reshare, get the word out there. Value for value is available. If you get value out of this channel, feel free to send some value back to us. This is really what's going to be keeping the doors open eventually. And so that value could be sent to us through Super Chat down at the bottom here of the YouTube chat, through Super Thanks, or of course through the website, TooTallToby.com/donate. If you use the website, which is what we prefer, there is an option in there to do a recurring donation. You could do set up a monthly donation, kind of like you have a monthly donation to Netflix, who gives you a form of value. Well, the TooTallToby channel tries to give you a different form of value, and you can decide what you think that value is worth. And those monthly donations really help us. So got to keep the servers running, keep the talent employed, all that good stuff. And don't forget, if you're wondering what that value is, it's things like this live stream. It's the practice models videos that we put out. It's the practice models app that we have built. It's the CAD vs. CAD tournaments that we host. It's the Power Moves videos. It is the leaderboard challenge app that we host on the website. And of course, the shorts. Everybody loves the shorts. If you're getting value out of the shorts, consider going to TooTallToby.com/donate. A great way to support the channel, TooTallToby.com/donate. And setting up maybe a recurring donation. All right, so with that, let's take a look at our answer for number 2. This is a pretty cool model, derived from a tournament challenge that we had a few months ago. A little bit different from that model, but definitely influenced by or derived from that model. So all the answers come in pretty quick on this one. Let's see here. Victor K and Aaron C right away. Victor K, 1348, revising the 1300. Aaron C answering 1300, says, nice one, VK. Ace coming in right behind them, 1300. Victor K said, almost forgot to do a delete face. And Aaron C says, where the heck did you need a delete face? Probably along this back edge here, right? If you made this straight at first and then made this angled, you probably would need to delete that back face. I needed 2 of them. Nice. Ace 1300, very nice. BAZZ, big fan, homie. Hey, thanks a lot, bro. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. Let's see here. Dom 1300, very nice. Who else we got in here? Phosphor 1399. I like it. And Phosphor revising to 1300. Very nice. Very nice. Yep, that could be a lower A arm for a car or an ATV. Exactly. You got it. You got it exactly. So what is the correct answer here for this one? The correct answer is 1,300 grams. So GG to Victor K. Very nicely done to Victor K, our champion, world champion 2023, currently the world champion. The Spring Open does not transfer the world championship title, so Victor K still has the belt, and we'll see if he defends this year going into the October 18th tournament, or if he sits this one out and then someone else is able to come in and take over the title of world champion. We have had a different world champion every single year. It's pretty crazy. If you go in here to tournaments, on the tournaments page, if we look at the previous tournaments here, you can see we had Victor K last year. Actually, I don't have his. I gotta get Victor K's recognition up there. And then in 2022, we had Allness, the world champion. In 2021, we had Gerber using Inventor. And then in 2020, we had a winter champion and a summer champion as we were just getting the tournament started. Ivan the Reasonable, our very first champion, and Cam Smith. Haven't seen him on the channel in a while. We got to get him back for this next tournament. Cam Smith, our champion in December 2020. Then we had Gerben, our champion of 8 people in May 2021. Then we had Allness, our champion in December 2022, 32 people in that tournament. And then we saw Victor K emerge victorious last year, 32 people in that tournament. We saw Airwick come out as a champion of the Spring Open. And now we have potentially a new champion coming at us. So very excited to see our next champion in that tournament. Be sure to join us for that one. Congrats to our winners. Congrats to Victor K. GG Victor K. Very nicely done. And thank you to you guys, the chat, the most amazing chat ever. You guys really are the most amazing chat ever. Thank you so much for joining us for this episode. Don't forget, guys, your challenge to tell one coworker every day about the TooTallToby channel. Send them a video. Let them know what we're doing over here. Let them know that it is a good time. And don't forget to check out that Onshape tutorial also. Go in, watch the video, give it a like if you like it. I'm not forcing anybody to do fake likes, but if you watch the video and you give it and you enjoy it, give it a like. And if you enjoy it and you want to put a comment down below, that's very helpful as well. Link down in the description to that Onshape tutorial. And I want to say thank you all. Next week, May 13th, we'll do our next episode of Model Monday Live. Don't forget between now and then to check out all the other content that we are putting out. Practice model shorts, pro moves, social media text and image-based posts. Like it all, share it all. And that's going to bring us to the end of this episode of Model Monday Live. Hope you guys enjoyed yourself. I definitely enjoyed interacting with all of you. What a great way to start the week, right? The week of 3D CAD begins with Model Monday Live. That's what it's all about. So enjoy your week. Check out those leaderboard videos. Check out the practice models. We'll have some new practice models in the app later today. Don't forget TooTallToby.com/donate if you want to become a monthly member of donating to the cause. We would really appreciate it. And we will look forward to seeing everybody next week. See you, everybody. Have a great week.